Tuesday morning. You know, it's called the Student Assistance Fund at IUP, and that's a very nice name, but it doesn't really convey the amount of financial distress that some students might be finding themselves in because of the pandemic. Well, stepping up to help in that the event, a couple of IUP faculty members from the art and design faculty, Sharon Massey and Sean Derry, and they're on the line with me this morning. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Sean, Sharon, I don't know who wants to take the lead to explain what Common Good is all about, but if one of you could sort of let us know in a brief description what is happening here with this program.
Sure. So we created a pop-up store on Philadelphia Street, and we worked with our students in our 3D design classes to create paper packages of items that we need but can't buy. So things like happiness, sunshine, rainbows, empathy. So our students designed packages for those types of things. We made multiples of them. There's about 10 each from each student. And all of the packages are for sale, and all the proceeds from the sales are going to benefit that IUP Student Assistance Fund.
Wow, that sounds really ambitious and exciting. So, Sean, maybe you could develop that a little bit more. What are we talking about with these packages?
Well, the students have designed them by hand, and then we've digitized the patterns and laser cut those to create the multiples. They range from rather small, kind of 4 by 4 inch packages up to maybe 12 by 12. So they're kind of they're not giant, but they're all hollow forms that open. They obviously don't contain these things. It's more the idea for the students to explore how they can communicate their ideas through three-dimensional forms.
How many students are involved in this?
I think we have about 35 students
Wow.
participating in the project across both of our sections.
Wow. So this is at 7th and Philly, right?
It is, yep.
7th and Philadelphia Streets in downtown Indiana. So as you guys have been going through the pandemic, and of course last spring everybody's lives changed in major ways, you were casting about for ways, I'm sure, that would help your students, because you hear the stories just like everybody else does. There's great hardships that they are experiencing. Tell me about coming up with this idea, because it sounds like it's a real innovation.
Oh, well, yeah, I think, as artists, we always want to respond to kind of current events and what's happening, and I think there's just a lot of opportunity right now to make work that really is influenced by the pandemic, but also can be helpful and can advocate for people in need. And so when we came up with this project, we felt like this would be a great way for our students to not only, just create their artwork in 3D design and get these experiences with digital fabrication, but also think about how they could put their work in public and interact with the public and raise money for a good cause. And just kind of do a project that was sort of all-encompassing with things that are happening right now, in everybody's lives, and that has such a big effect on us.
Sort of gives them an idea, really, about the deeper value of art in our lives, too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah, as you think about how art affects us, and then to make it so local as you have done here, Sean, I'm sure that as these projects have come in, like most folks, you take a look at them and you think, oh gosh, I didn't think of that, or that's a really unique way to approach this or that, and I'm sure that some of these have really astounded you. Just as I've seen some pictures, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I think, as we started this project, it's actually pretty technically demanding for the students to have the precision, and then, for these, they develop these three-dimensional forms, and then they have to kind of essentially unfold them and lay them flat so that we can create the patterns and create tabs on them so they all fold together. And a couple classes in, I started to get a little nervous that we were going to be able to pull it off, but the students really rose to the occasion. And last night we stocked the store, and it was pretty neat to stand back and just see what they accomplished, and I'm excited to share that with everybody this evening.
So this is going to actually happen tonight?
Yeah, so the store's grand opening is this evening, 6 to 8, and then we have hours running through the Saturday following Thanksgiving. Very kind of sporadic hours, but the store will be open a little bit, mostly Fridays and Saturdays.
And there are some special guidelines for actually attending the store, right? You have to set it up.
For this evening's grand opening, we're doing kind of just it's free, but we're doing a timed entry just to kind of try to stay safe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And your hours then moving forward and through the weekend?
Thursday we'll be there in the morning, 9 to 10:30 a.m. Friday, 11 to 1 p.m. Saturday, the 21st, would be 11 to 2. And then Friday, the 27th, will be 6 to 8 p.m. And Saturday, the 28th, will be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that will be our last day.
Yeah, and of course, those last 2 days are Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. And especially on Small Business Saturday, Indiana downtown should be hopping. So folks need to take advantage of this right away. It's called the Common Goods Project, and you and Sharon, you of course are a part of this with Sean. You have been working for a long time to make art more accessible by getting the community involved in it as well. This is a great way to do that, isn't it?
Yeah. We have an organization or a collaboration that we formed called Sculpture Support System. And so we've been using that collaboration to create projects like this to bring art into the community and to try to make art more accessible and kind of just share the value of art with the Indiana community and then the broader art community.
Yeah, I'm sure people remember what you did in September with the Traffic Island Oasis. The reactions just must have been, I would have liked to have been there to see it, just to watch how people reacted to something like that.
Yeah, it was
that
a fun
was a lot
project.
of fun.
That was one thing that you've done. You also did something called the Quarantine Companion. Tell me about that.
Right. So in March, when all of the shutdown started happening, we realized we should probably make a piece that would help people kind of with their mental health and dealing with quarantine and the lockdowns that happened. And so we came up with the Quarantine Companion, and we were commissioned by the Office of Public Art in Pittsburgh to create these kits that were available to the public. And you could get a kit, they were free, and then you could use materials around your house while you were in lockdown to create a companion to keep you company while you were in quarantine. And we distributed, I don't know, Sean, how many kits did we end up distributing?
I think almost 500.
Wow, man, that's good stuff. You guys, you're not only innovative in the classroom, but in the ways that you're able to help others, and that's to be commended. And we appreciate folks who have that sort of a spirit about them. All right, so it benefits the IUP Student Assistance Fund, which was originally called the Emergency Response Fund, which helps students with their unexpected financial challenges. And since the pandemic occurred, there certainly have been many of those. So tonight, 6 to 8, if somebody wants to come, Sean, what do they need to do?
They can visit sculpturesupportsystem.org or show up, and we'll kind of cue them, and they'll be able to see all the store.
That's a good plan. A good plan. Sharon Massey, Sean Derry, thanks so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. We'll see you.
Okay, bye.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160 FM, AM 11.